Uh, Good afternoon, students. You are welcome
Good
to
afternoon.
this is Odumbako. Odumbako.
Ozumba.
Okay, you are
Yes, sir.
welcome. Ubeke
Thank you,
Isaiah,
sir.
you are welcome to. So,
Good evening, sir.
come
Hi,
to
sir.
this facilitation. Today is the 23rd March 2026, and this is our fourth week of facilitation. So, last week we discussed microscope. We discussed parts of microscope. But no, last week we discussed cell communications. That's the third week. We discussed cell communications. We discussed about movement of materials into the cell and out of the cell, mitosis and meiosis, active and passive transport. Then we also discussed heredity. We went into genetics and discussed a lot of things on heredity. We also discussed the variation, tendency of organisms to vary from one another, and that of the parents. While heredity is a tendency for them to resemble the parents or one of the siblings. We discussed certain terms in genetics. We discussed gene. We discussed chromosome. We discussed allele. We discussed the allelomorphs. We discussed homozygous condition, heterozygous condition. We discussed Mendel's laws. Mendel's first law, which is law of separation or segregation of genes. We also discussed Mendel's second law, which is the law of independent assortment of genes. Then we now did the introduction to evolution. We defined evolution as changes that takes place in organisms from time to time, for over a long period of time. We discussed the theories of evolution. Before we went to the theory, we discussed Darwin's theory of evolution and Jean Lamarck's theory of evolution. We also discussed other theories, but we settled for Darwin's and Jean Lamarck because they are the most popular theories of evolution. We explained Darwin's theory, which is the law of survival of the fittest, or what we call law of natural selection. We also discussed Jean Lamarck's theory, which is the law of that use and disuse, the law of use and disuse, that organisms develop those structures or characters that enable them to survive in a given environment and do away with those that are necessary for survival. That's Jean Lamarck's theory of evolution. Today, we are going to week 4. Week 4 is today. And so today we will look at reproduction in unicellular organisms. When we discuss characteristics of living things in our week 1, we said that one of the characteristics of living things is ability to reproduce. We use a memory tip, Mr. Niger D. Why R there is reproduction. And what is reproduction? Ability of organisms to produce young ones. Even as human beings, as a man or a woman, you look forward to marry. And what's the essence of marriage? One of the things in marriage is that you bring up the kids, and those kids are the people that will replace you when you die. So every organisms know that reproduction is very, very important. Even as you go back to ants reproduce. Even as you go back to mice reproduce. Even as you go down to plants, various plants produce young ones. So it's a very important, it's a physiological character. So it's inbuilt in the body of any organism that you must reproduce. A bird, when a bird is ready to reproduce, it looks for the opposite mates. And then they will now begin to make a shelter or begin to make nest where they are going to lay their eggs. So the bird could have then laid it in every place, even open place, because he has brain. He knows that if you lay it in open place, then he'll be carried away by predators or even snakes and even lizards. They can go and prey on the eggs. So they have to make a provision to make nest on top of the tree and lay their eggs there. They prepare it so that the eggs will not fall. So that is characteristics of living things. So, but we are looking at reproduction in unicellular organisms. And we know that unicellular organisms are those organisms that are made up of one cell. They are unicellular. Example is what? Amoeba, Paramecium, Euglena, Chlamydomonas. They are lower organisms. So, but they are still undergo reproduction because reproduction is cut across. All organisms undergo reproduction. So, these lower organisms, even something like Plasmodium, malaria parasites, Plasmodium, they have to reproduce, they have to divide. And so they divide. And they divide, this microorganism divide by various processes. One is binary fission. Binary fission is that the organism will by itself divide into two and produce two young ones that are replica of the former parent. So that is binary. Bi in Greek means two. Binary fission is the division into two. So most microorganisms, the Plasmodium parasites, even the bacteria, even some fungi, even some protozoa, they all undergo binary fission. Then you also have what to call multiple fission. Multiple fission. Bi is divided into two. Multiple is that they divide plenty. So it's not only two, like Plasmodium as we know. It doesn't divide only two. They divide and divide and divide and divide. Viruses do the same thing. They divide and divide and divide. So when one particular bacteria or this parasite enter your body, it doesn't respect. It feeds and divide multiple. So that's what we call multiple fission. So binary fission is divided into two. Multiple fission divide plenty. Here again, we are going to look at the process of cell division. And there are two processes or two methods of cell division. These methods are namely mitosis and meiosis. I want you to say mitosis. I want you to say mitosis.
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 And meiosis. And meiosis.
And meiosis.
And meiosis.
The spelling of meiosis is MEIOSIS. Meiosis. I hope you understand. So these are the two methods of cell division: mitosis and meiosis. Yes, you can use adjective to qualify mitosis. You can also use adjective to qualify meiosis, because you can say in mitotic division, you see how you have qualified it. In mitotic division, we are talking of division that takes place through the process of what? Mitosis. Then you can also say in meiotic division, that's you want to tell us that a division that takes place using the process of what? Meiosis. I hope you understand. So the two types of cell division are namely mitosis and what? Meiosis. Then, if I may ask you, what is mitosis? Let's start with mitosis first. What type of cell division involves mitosis? Then let me explain. Mitosis is the type of cell division that takes place in the body cells. Body cells of the body, like the hand, the leg, the head, the stomach, the eyes, the mouth, the neck. So division that takes place in the cells present in your body is called what? mitosis. So the division that takes place in the cell, in the plant also, the division that takes place in the body of the, all parts of the body of the plant is also called what? Mitosis. So even a bed, the division that takes place in all parts of the bed is called what? Mitosis. So mitosis is a type of cell division that takes place in the body cells. In the what? Body cells. This body cells is also called somatic cells. All of you say somatic cells.
Somatic.
Yes. So the type of cell division that takes place in the body cells or somatic what? Cells. Now, if you use human being as an example, the division that takes place in your leg, in your hand, on your body, on your stomach, on your buttocks, on your head, on your neck, on your hand, and every other part of your body is called what? Mitosis. No wonder when you were born, you are very tiny. Remember when fertilization takes place, it's just a zygote. But through the process of mitosis, the cell continues to divide and divide and divide. Then what we call embryogenesis. So the cell divide and divide and divide. A time will now come when the hand develops. A time now come when the legs develop, the head develops. I hope you understand. So this type of cell division that takes place in our body or body cells is called what? Mitosis. It's called
Mitosis.
what?
Mitosis.
Then who can tell me what is meiosis? Who can tell me meiosis? Explain meiosis for me. Yes, I'm listening.
No idea, sir.
No idea. Okay.
Yes, sir.
This is a type of cell division that takes place in the word sex cell. All of you say sex cell. Sex cell. What are the sex cells? What are the sex cells in the human being? You have the sperm and you have the what? The egg or ova.
Yes.
Or ovary. Yes, I do understand. It's not ovaries. So ovaries produces the egg called ovum. I hope you understand. So
sorry, sir, the definition again. Can you come again, sir?
The type of cell division that takes place in the sex cells. And these sex cells are called gametes.
Meiosis.
They are called what? Gametes. The type of cell division that takes place in the sex cells or gametes. I hope you understand. So you have male gametes and female gametes. Example of a male gamete is what? Sperm. Example of a female gamete is what? The ovum.
Ovary.
Not
Ovum or
ovary.
egg.
Not ovary. Ovum or ova. The singular is what? Ovum. The plural is what? Ova.
Ova.
Remember what produces the ovary or the ovum or the ova is the what? Is the ovary. So the egg is produced in the what? In the ovary. Are you following me?
Ovary.
Now,
Yes,
plant also have female parts and male parts. I hope you understand. And that's why we define pollination as a transfer of what? Pollen grains from the what? The anthers to the what? Stigma.
Sorry, sir. You said the female gametes. You said what they don't for? Hello, sir.
I'm listening.
I said, sorry, you said the female gametes. What is the example for it, sir? Sorry.
I said the ovum, O-V-U-M, or ova, or ova.
Okay.
When you are talking of plural is ova. Singular is what? Ovum.
Ovum, okay.
It's not ovary. It's not ovary.
I get ovum. O-V-U-M, right?
Yes. So the ovum or ova are produced by the what? Ovary. Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
So the type of division that takes place in the sex cells or the gametes or the sperm or ovum is what we call the what?
Meiosis.
Meiosis.
Oh.
I hope you understand.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
For
sir.
example, when you are born, meiosis will not take place. What is taking place is what? Mitosis. From the first day you are born, you reach 1 week, you reach 1 month, you reach 10 months, you reach 1 year, you reach primary nursery school, you pass to primary school, then you move to secondary school. It's only when you reach the age of 13 or 14, as the case may be, there's something will happen. I hope you understand. Then,
sorry, sir. When you explained the mitosis, I was not here, sir.
if you are not there, please don't drag us back. You better join where you are. And then when it's time for, when the lecture finishes, you can ask questions so that we'll go back and carry you along.
Okay, sir.
So it's not anytime somebody joins, you want us to go back, nowhere. So when you have reached the age of 13 or 14, as the case may be, for women, I think girls around 12, 13. Then for men, is around 13, 14. When you have reached this stage, then something will take place. If you are a boy, you undergo what we call spermatogenesis. That means production of sperm. Sperm will be what? Produced. Do you understand? That is when meiosis will take place. Meiosis will take place in the process of spermatogenesis for you to produce what? Sperm. And if you are a lady, what will happen is what we call what? Oogenesis. For you to produce what? The egg. I hope you understand. And that's when, if you are a female, you begin to see menstruation. You only see menstruation. Menstruation is a sign that egg has been produced, and that egg has not been fertilized. And so when it waits for fertilization and it didn't fertilize, it will come to uterus, the egg will stay there, stay there. And if there is no sperm to fertilize it, it has to wash out. And washing out of this unfertilized egg and everything that would have made pregnancy is what we call what? Menstruation. I hope you understand. So menstruation is the sign that oogenesis has taken place, that you now produce what? Egg. You are now a full-blown mother. For a male, you begin to what we call wetting the bed or wet sperm. You begin to do ejaculate. That means production of sperm, which tells you that you are now a full-grown what? Man. That if you had met any female who has produced egg immediately, that person will take it. I hope you understand. So this process of spermatogenesis or production of sperm and oogenesis, production of egg, is what happens. What makes it to work is how it takes place is that it's through the process of meiosis that it takes place. It is by the process of meiosis that it takes place. Do you understand? So why should mitosis take place? Why should meiosis take place? If we should answer the question, one, mitosis takes place for you to grow, because it is by the process of mitosis that you grow from 1 day old to a 20-year-old man. And you have not finished growing, you are still growing. If for any reason you are caught by a razor or knife, blood will start coming out. After some time, blood will stop coming. It is by the process of mitosis that place is healed. More blood cells are produced. This tissue will now be produced to heal your body. Otherwise, your wound will continue to be there. So mitosis helps in what? Replacement of dead cells. So that is the essence of what? Mitosis. So for you to grow and you continue to grow is by the help of what? Mitosis. Now, why meiosis? Meiosis is important for what? Reproduction. And why does it take place? After meiosis, the number of chromosomes in the sex cell will become half. The number of chromosomes in the sex cell, you know, the total number of chromosomes in any cell, in any diploid cell, supposed to be 46. But in these sex cells, the number of chromosomes is half. That is 23. So the number of chromosomes in the sperm is what? 23. The number of chromosomes in the egg or ovum is what? 23. So it is by the process of meiosis that the number of chromosomes are what? Reduced. There is a reason for that. And what is the reason? The reason is
Excuse me, sir. Sorry for interrupting. It's an echo. Your voice is echoing.
okay. My voice is echoing. Has it normalized?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Father.
We are discussing why mitosis, why meiosis. Why should mitosis take place and why should meiosis take place? And I was explaining that mitosis takes place for you to grow. And that is why organisms grow. When you plant a corn, it is by the process of mitosis that that corn germinates and begin to grow until you harvest it. So mitosis helps in the growth of the body of an organism. That is the simple truth. Because it helps the cells to multiply and grow. Then why meiosis? Meiosis is not for the growth of the organism, but rather for the reproduction of the organism. And it takes place in the word sex cells or gametes. So remember, in our body, the entire body is made up of body cells or somatic cells. But that of the what? That's why you have genital organs. That's why you have the area where sperms are stored, the scrotum for men. And then you also have the what? The ovary for women. For women, at the end of the month, it releases the egg from both sides of the fallopian tube. But for men, any day you are called to action, you can produce an sperm. I hope you understand. And what happened is that this sperm that has been produced has been, the number of chromosomes have been reduced to half. Because sperm.
Sir, please, so the echoing is serious. It's bad now. The echoing is very serious now.
Okay, can we unmute our phone? I don't know why the echo is coming, but
It's not your size, sir. It's only his size. Your voice is very clear.
okay, some people should mute their phone. I don't want to mute all of you so that you can ask questions anytime. That's why I refuse to mute all of you. So I don't want this lecture, the flow of the lecture, to be cut. So for reproduction takes place with these gametes, the male gamete and the female gamete. And so during formation of sperm, or what we call spermatogenesis, the number of chromosomes in the sperm is reduced to half. The number of chromosomes in the egg is also reduced to half during oogenesis. So that any sperm that is released is carrying 23 number of chromosomes instead of 46 number of chromosomes. Any egg that is released carries what? 23 number of chromosomes instead of 46 number of chromosomes. The essence is for what? Reproduction. So that when a sperm, when you marry now and you have your wife and you do wedding, you go for honeymoon. Then if there is the male meets the female, what happens is that the sperm goes to directly and meets the egg, and fertilization will take place. So 23 number of chromosomes from the sperm will join with the 23 number of chromosomes in the egg to make a zygote, which is complete number of chromosomes, 46. And then division will not take place. A child is born. And if that sperm is carrying Y chromosome, the child that will be born will be what? Male. But if he's carrying X chromosome, the child that will be born is what? Female. Because originally females are carriers of XX chromosome, but males are carriers of X and Y. So that any sperm that is coming should carry either X chromosome or Y chromosome. If it is carrying X chromosome, definitely when it fertilizes the egg, then a female child is be born. Now, when it carrying Y chromosome, when it fertilizes the egg, a male child is born. So that is the reason for mitosis and what? Meiosis.
Hello, sir. Sorry for interruption, sir. Okay,
Go
sir.
on,
I want to ask you.
I want to ask a question. How do we produce twins?
How do we
How is
produce
twins?
twins? Okay.
Yes, sir.
It's a very simple thing. You see, if the sperm carrying Y chromosome comes in and meets an egg that is carrying S chromosome, fertilization will take place. Do you understand? The child
Yes,
that
sir.
will be born, that the child that has been fertilized to be born is a male. But then the zygote, that is the zygote that is formed, can divide into two. It can split into two. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And then the two will be implanted in the ovary. In that case, when the child is born, it will be what? Male, male, and identical. Twins, two boys that are purely what? Identical.
Identical.
If the sperm that is coming is carrying S chromosome, it will fertilize the egg, and the child that is the zygote that will be formed carries what? XS, which is a female. It can separate into two, can divide into two, and get implanted in the uterus. And when it gets implanted in the uterus, after 9 months, the child will be born. And the child will be born will be female, but both of the females will be what? Identical. Do you understand? It is very difficult and impossible for you to see a situation whereby twins are born and they are of different sex, maybe male, female, and they are identical. They can never be identical. It's either male, male, or female, female that are identical. I hope you understand. Then twins can also be born in another way. The egg can come in through the right fallopian tube. The sperm can move into the right fallopian tube. Another sperm can move into the left fallopian tube. The one on the right can fertilize. The one on the left can fertilize. After fertilization, both of them can get implanted. One may be a male, one may be a female, but they are not identical. Two of them can be females, but they are not identical because they are fertilized differently. I hope you understand. The one fertilized on the right can divide into two and form twins. The one on the left can also divide into two and form twins. And that is when you see 4 children are born. The one in the right can divide into two, while the one in the left may not divide. So you have triplets. I hope you understand.
Yes, sir.
And that triplets, 2 must be identical, and 1 will not be identical. So that is biology for us. Are you following me? So this is the process of cell division. I'm going to send the diagram to your platform. I will send the diagram to the platform so that you can learn the diagram of cell division. It's very, very important because for those of you that are purely in biology, you will make use of it in your later studies. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
So, but they have stages of cell division. Whether it is mitosis or whether it is meiosis, they have stages. And these stages are represented by a memory chip called IPMAT. IPMAT. All of you say it. IPMAT. IPMAT. Say IPMAT.
IPMAT.
What is I? I equals to what? Interphase. I equals to what? Interphase.
Interphase.
P equals to what? Prophase. Prophase. P is equals to what? Prophase. M equals to what? Metaphase.
Metaphase.
A equals to what? Anaphase.
Anaphase.
Anaphase. And T equals to? Telophase.
Telophase.
So how many stages have I mentioned? IPMAT. 5 stages. I hope you understand. So you remember it with a memory chip called what? IPMAT.
Ape mat.
All of you say it. Ape mats.
Ape mat.
Ape max.
Where I
Ape
is
mat.
interphase, P is prophase, M is metaphase, A is anaphase, and T is what? Telophase.
Ape mat is telophase and
These
telophase.
stages are separated for our convenient understanding, not that in the real sense. It waits for one to finish before another one. No. In the natural sense, in the natural phenomena, the phases occur simultaneously. That means one lead to the other and lead to the other. I hope you are following me.
Yes, sir.
So when you get the diagram I'm going to post for you, you will see it very well. But then also note that for mitosis, this stage is only one stage. So you have interphase, prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. You may have early prophase and late prophase, early metaphase and late metaphase, early anaphase and late anaphase, early telophase and late what? Telophase. You may have it in that diagram that I'm giving you. I hope you understand. So for mitosis, it is a straightforward thing. It's one stage that will involve interphase. Then prophase can be early and late. Metaphase can be early and late. Anaphase can be early and late. Then telophase can be early and late. That means beginning and end. Early is beginning, end is late. I hope you understand. So that's what happened in mitosis. But then in meiosis undergoes two stages. Meiosis undergoes what? Two stages. That is the differences between mitosis and meiosis. I'm now giving you a high school. The differences between mitosis and meiosis. Mitosis undergoes only one stage, but meiosis undergoes how many? Two stages.
Two stages.
You call it first meiotic division and second meiotic division. All of you say it. First
meiotic division and second
meiotic division.
And the first meiotic division also involves the ape mat, the interphase, the prophase, the metaphase, the anaphase, and telophase. I hope you understand. It may also involve early and late, early and late, early and late in all of them. So the first meiotic division involves what? These stages that we mentioned: interphase, prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase.
Telophase.
Then the second meiotic division also involves the same stage: interphase, prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. That could be early and late also. Are you following me? So when I send the diagram, you'll be able to look at it critically and understand. But one thing you have to note before I leave this, you have less than 5 minutes. So if the system closes, you have patience. I'm going to relog again so that we finish. If I'm not able to finish, is that okay? Now, listen very well. Now, at the end of mitosis, or at the end of mitotic division, two daughter cells are formed. I want you to say it. At the end of mitotic division, two daughter cells are formed.
At the end of mitotic
Division
two
are
daughter
formed.
cells are formed. Two daughter cells are formed.
At the end of mitotic division, two daughter cells are formed.
At the end of
mitotic division, two daughter cells are formed.
But listen now, the two daughter cells that are formed have the same number of chromosomes as the parents. You understand? The two daughter cells that are formed at the end of mitosis, they have the same number of chromosomes as the parent cell. So if the parent cell contains 4 chromosomes and it undergoes mitosis, at the end of mitosis, the two daughter cells that are formed have the same number of chromosomes as the parent. That is 4 chromosomes each. Do you understand? So in mitosis, nothing is reduced. Only that one cell divides to give rise to two daughter cells. And each of the two daughter cells have the same number of chromosomes as the parent cell. Did you get that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, meiosis is a different ball game. At the end of meiosis, 4 data cells are formed. I want you to say it. At the end of meiosis, 4 data cells.
At the end of meiosis, 4 data cells are formed.
Can you now see the difference between mitosis and meiosis?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Because at the end of mitosis, 2 data cells
2
are
data cells
formed.
are formed.
But at the end of meiosis, how many data cells are formed?
4
Four
data
data
cells are
cells.
formed.
But each of these 4 data cells, they have half the number of chromosomes as the parent. So if the parent chromosome is 4, for the 4 data cells that are formed, the number of chromosomes each is what? 2.
2.
Do you understand? So they now have half the number of chromosomes as the parent what? Cell. Did you get that?
Yes, sir.
Let me repeat it again.
Data cells.
At the end of meiosis, 4 data cells are formed, but each of these 4 data
Yes,
cells
sir.
have half the number of chromosomes as the parent cell. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So instead of assuming the parent cell has 6 chromosomes and formed 4 data cells, each of these 4 data cells will have how many chromosomes? 2. I said that the parent cell has 6, and then at the end of meiosis, they form 4 data cells. How many number of chromosomes will be found in each of the data cells?
3, sir.
3, sir.
3.
3. It is 3. I hope you understand. 3.
Yes,
It will be
sir.
3 data.
3.
It is
So
half. That will be 3 because it is half.
that is half. That is 3. So these are the differences between mitosis and meiosis. I hope you understand. We have got many differences. One is that mitosis takes place in the body cells or somatic cells, while meiosis takes place in the sex cell or gametes. Then 2, mitosis have only 1 stage of division, but meiosis have 2 stages of division. At the end of mitosis division, 2 daughter cells are formed. At the end of meiotic division, 4 daughter cells are formed. At the end of mitotic division, the 2 daughter cells that are formed have the same number of chromosomes as the parent. But at the end of meiotic division, the 4 daughter cells formed have the number of chromosomes as the parent. Are you following? Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So these are the differences between mitosis and meiosis. We have many. So I'll give you an assignment to write 10 differences between mitosis and meiosis. 10 differences
All right, sir.
between mitosis and meiosis. Now, do they have similarities? Is there any similarities? Yes. What are the similarities? Both of them involve what? Both of them form daughter cells.
Daughter cells.
Both of them form daughter cells. Both of them undergo have the stages of cell division: interphase, prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and what? Telophase. You understand? So both of them involve division of what? Cells. These are the differences between what? Mitosis and meiosis.
Meiosis.
Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I don't know whether my time is still there so that I can summarize.
We still have like 19 minutes, sir.
I have how many?
No,
No,
19 minutes, sir.
the platform will just take 40 minutes, and then it will allow me to log in again. Is that okay? So if it logs, then I can log in again so that I can finish what I have today. So
Okay, sir.
now the next topic we are going to look at today in week 4 is cell cycle. All of you say cell cycle. Cell cycle.